Hi, welcome to class. This is Sarah. Today's class is going to be a Baptiste power flow. So Baptiste is my original training. I'm going to take this power sequence and condense it just a little bit. So you'll get the idea of the sequence and how we flow and breathe throughout that. But it's going to be just a bit of a short and quicker variation that you can insert in your day at any time you like. So we're going to get started at the top of our mats. All you need is a mat. If you prefer some blocks for some of those postures that are a little hard to get into, then grab some blocks. Otherwise, just you, your mat, and an open mind. So here we go to the top of the mat. We're going to start in Tadasana, mountain pose. Your feet can be hip width or together, you decide. And when you look down to your feet, just make sure that they're parallel with one another. We're going to press down through all four corners of our feet, charge down through the heels, and starting to feel the legs light up. So it's almost like we're wearing really tight pants. You want to feel like you're zipping up a zipper all the way up and into the inner thighs. And then we extend long through the crown of the head. The spine is lengthening. You can draw the shoulders up, back, and down, palms face forward. And either deciding to close your eyes here, turning the gaze within, or just setting your gaze at one fixed point. Starting to discover the power of our breath. Starting to ignite the power within, connecting to this life force, prana. So think of pulling the breath up from the soles of the feet, breathing in as the breath rises all the way up the length of the spine, broadening across the back body and extending beyond the crown of the head. On the exhale, you can imagine the breath falling back down the front side of the body. So the chest contracts, the belly hugs in, and breath moves down and out through the soles of the feet. And again, inhale as we pull the breath in through the soles of the feet, extending up the length of the spine, beyond the crown of the head, broadening across the back body, and then exhale, the breath softens down the front side of the body. The low ribs knit in, navel to spine, press down through the feet. One more time like that, inhale, pulling the breath up through the legs, up through the back body, extending taller. And exhale, breath descends back down the front side of the body, pressing down and out through the feet. Take your hands to heart center. Opportunity to set an intention for your practice, whether you want to feel, heal, or create. These moments are for you. So just remembering that connecting to something, connecting or dedicating to something is a very powerful practice. And take a moment to set your intention, even if that's just staying connected with your breath today. All right, opening the eyes, release the arms by your side. We'll start with sun salutation A. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, dive forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, place the hands, step back to high plank, top of a push-up. We come forward on the inhale, keep the legs strong. Exhale, always an option to lower the knees, bend the elbows, lowering chest and chin to the earth. Point toes, inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, we meet in down dog, just 3 breaths. Opportunity to connect to Ujjayi breathing. So that's the inhale through the nose, stretching the breath to 3 or 4 count. Exhale out through the nose, the lips stay closed, gentle constriction at the back of the throat. Inhale. And exhale. Next inhale, look forward. Exhale, you can step or hop all the way to the top of the mat. Breathe in for halfway lift when you get there. Exhale as we fold forward. Rise all the way up to standing. Press through the legs, reach tall. We're going to take it right back down. Exhale, head heavy. Breathe into lengthen straight back. Breath out, place the hands. You can step or hop back, chaturanga. Maybe taking full variation, legs stay lifted, lowering halfway. The heart moves forward and up on the inhale to cobra or up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just one breath to reset. Inhale, let's look forward. Exhale, step or spring to the top, hips high. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale to fold. Rise all the way up to standing. Gather the hands to heart center. We're going to sit the hips down, Utkatasana chair pose. Sending the weight into the heels, extend the arms up. Challenge yourself, just one more breath here. Breath in. Good, breath out. We'll fold forward. Inhale to lengthen. Chaturanga, exhale. If those are too much, you can always just step back to downward facing dog. Breathe in, find the back bend. Breathe out, down dog, right leg to sky, inhale. Right foot forward, exhale. Warrior one, ground through your back heel. Root through both of your feet, lift through the arms. Hands come down, chaturanga, step back. Finding your flow, work with your rhythm. Breath guiding each and every movement. We meet in down dog, left leg to sky, inhale. Step forward quietly, exhale. Right heel grounds down, rise up, breath in. Breath out, hands to the earth. Step and flow, chaturanga. Breathe in, up dog. Breathe out, down dog. We're going to add on right leg to sky, inhale. Right foot forward, exhale. Warrior one. The inhale floats you up. The exhale, we're going to open to warrior two. So you need to lengthen your stance, keep the hips wide. Bend the right knee into 90 degrees. And then see if you can lower the hips a little deeper. Charge down through the right heel and span the arms nice and long. The inhale, the right palm reaches to sky, exalted warrior. Exhale, let's windmill the hands down. We're stepping right foot to meet left, big toe mounts to touch. Left hand comes forward. Roll to outer edge of left foot, Vashisthasana. So option to stack the feet. You can always stagger your feet. Or maybe you want to rev it up a little bit, bend into the right knee, floating tree. Maybe you take the gaze towards the sky. One more breath. Right hand comes down. We meet in high plank. Inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Breathe in. Heart opening, look up. Breathe out, down dog. Left foot to sky, inhale. Mindfully step forward, exhale. Warrior one, let's rise up. Equalize the weight through your feet. Breath in, breath out. We're opening to warrior two. Always refining, adapting, feeling out this posture. Find the strength, find the balance, and then breathe into it. Left palm to sky, inhale, exalted warrior. Keep driving the left shin bone forward. Exhale, let's windmill the hands down. We're stepping back. Big toe mounts to touch. Let's find side plank, Vashisthasana. Right hand comes forward. Roll to outer edge of right foot. Keep the hips lifting. Left arm to sky, flex through the toes. Option to modify or add on, whatever you like. Finding your challenge, play with your edge for 3 and 2. On 1, we meet in high plank. Breath in, wash it through. Breath out, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in through the nose. Sweet sigh out through the mouth. Looking forward on the inhale. Exhale, we'll step or lightly hop right to the top of the mat. Halfway lift, breath in. Breath out to fold. Sink your hips, chair pose. Utkatasana. 1 breath. Hands to heart center. All right, well done. Back into chair pose. Hips are low. Breathe in. Stay on breath out. Come just a little deeper. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to fold forward. Separate your feet hip width apart. Padangusthasana. Heels kicked out just a little wider than the toes. Bend the knees a lot. Peace fingers to big toes. Heart moves forward on the inhale. The exhale, we're going to pour the heart forward and down. Widen the elbows. Relax your head completely. Maybe you can start to shift the weight into the balls of the feet. Energetically scrubbing the heels wide. Let's go for 1 more breath. Good. Adjust the feet back together to touch. Toes stand. We're going to pick up the heels. Bending the knees, the hips are resting onto the heels, hands to heart. Option to play here, just working with your balance, or we might work into Bakasana crow pose. Lifting your hips, bending the elbows back. We place the upper shin bones onto the upper arms. And maybe squeeze one heel, then the other in towards your hips. Squeeze the inner thighs. You might work on straightening through the arms. If you like, shoot back chaturanga. Otherwise, just find down dog any way you like. We meet in down dog, right leg to sky. Inhale, try not to hesitate. Exhale, step forward, crescent lunge. We're going to keep the right knee bent. Soften through the left knee as you sink the hips. And then charge out through left heel. The arms extend to the sky. We'll take hands to heart center, hinging forward, left elbow outside of the right thigh. Always an option to modify. You can always lower the left knee. Otherwise, keep it lifted. Work on lengthening from back heel all the way up and through the crown of the head. Maybe open the arms. One more breath. Good. Visualize what's coming next. Warrior 2, the left heel grounds down. Let's commit. Bend deep into the right knee. Good. Inhale, exalted triangle. Give your right leg a little breather. And exhale, bending back into the right knee, side angle pose. So you can come into full expression, extended variation, whatever you like, half, full bind, no bind, up to you. We have 3 breaths. And 2. Good. On 1, looking down to right toes. Frame the front foot with your hands. Lift the right leg to the sky. Breath in. On breath out, hug knee in towards your nose, curl and round. Twice more like that. Inhale, extend. Exhale, crunch in. Doming the upper back. 1 more, kick up. Knee back in towards the nose. We're going to step right foot forward, back to crescent lunge. Rise the arms up. Steady the balance. Now hinging forward as the arms reach back. Let's launch into the right leg. Lifting through the inner left thigh. Power out to the left heel. Warrior 3. 1 more breath. Hands to hips. We're going to bend into the right knee, just softening through front leg. Left heel grounds down, halfway back on your mat. Lacing the hands, lift your heart, pyramid pose. Begin to dive forward and down. The head relaxes. Rinsing the shoulders up and overhead. 1 last breath here. All right, bending into the right knee. Step the left foot back, right leg to sky. Optional 3-legged chaturanga, shifting the weight forward. Shoulders move beyond the wrists. The right leg stays lifted. Otherwise, you can lower the right foot down. Chaturanga. If the right leg's lifted, point the toes, rolling to the tops of both of your feet. Bring the heart forward and through. Breath in, breath out. We're rolling back over the toes. We meet in down dog. So 5 breaths of freedom. Do whatever you like, whatever you need here. You can stay in an active rest, down dog. You can always lower the knees, child's pose. Or maybe you have a little more spice or energy today. You can always play with your handstand hops, up to you. Just make sure that you're connecting with those 5 breaths, or even reigniting those breaths, finding the prana, the life force, the power within. I'll meet you in down dog. Coming back to down dog when you're ready, no rush. Take your time. You can always join back in when you're ready. All right, left leg to sky, inhale. We're squeezing left knee in towards the chest, curl and round, exhale. Inhale as we extend up. And again, exhale, curl and round. Last time, inhale, lift. And exhale, let's curl and round, left foot steps forward, rising up, crescent lunge. Finding the balance, feet are hip width apart. Hands come to heart center. Tip the weight forward. Press out through your back heel. A right elbow outside of left thigh. Modify as you like. Think of pressing the left thigh bone wider and in towards the right elbow, upper right arm. Maybe open arms or keep the palms pressing towards one another. Back leg doesn't get lazy. Keep it alive as you kick out through the right heel. Good. We meet in warrior two. A right heel grounds down. Commit. Don't hesitate. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now straightening through your front leg. Reaching up and back. Exalted triangle. We'll come back through center. Parsvakonasana, side angle. Bending back into left knee. Either fingertips to the inner left heel. Extended variation. Right arm can sweep alongside the top ear. Half or full bind, you decide. Good. Next breath in, look to your left toes. Release the hands down to frame your front foot. We're sending the left leg to sky. Inhale. Good. Exhale, knee to nose. This time we're going to hold it here for 3, for 2. And step forward on 1, back to our high lunge. Rise up. Finding the balance, we'll start to hinge forward. Leading with the heart, can we charge into the left leg? Warrior 3, kicking the right heel back. Crown of the head extends forward, feeling a lightness in the chest. Staying solid, staying powerful through your standing leg. And we're going to lower the right foot halfway back on the mat. Pyramid pose. Hands can come to the hips. Inhale as we lift up. Option to lace hands. Exhale as we fold forward. Squeezing the heels in towards one another. Look to your back heel. Back of the neck is long. And let's go for one more breath. Bending into the left knee, hands down, step the right foot back, float left leg to sky, or don't. So if the leg is lifted, you can play with your 3-legged chaturanga. Otherwise, just lower the left foot down. The whole half vinyasa, your chaturanga, is optional anyways. So whatever you want, high plank, inhale, chaturanga. Up dog, breath in, point the toes, soften the elbows. We meet in down dog, breath out. We'll lower the knees, hips to heels, child's pose. Release the head down. Allow the shoulders to melt down away from the ears. See if you can soften the belly. Breathe into the pit of your belly. And then just let out a sweet sigh. Let it go. One more like that. Inhale. And exhale. All right, so next posture is dolphin. It's going to be our peak pose today. So if you decide not to move in towards the arm balance, Pincha Mayurasana, that is totally okay. You'll just stick with dolphin. So we're going to start by setting up dolphin pose. First of all, I'm on my knees. I'm bringing my elbows down. I'm going to catch opposite biceps. So just making sure that my elbows are close enough in to one another. From here, I'm going to bring my forearms forward, creating the number 11. I could stay here if I like, palms flat down, or I could slide the hands in towards one another, just personal choice. Tucking the toes, I'm going to lift the hips, keep my knees soft. I might start to tiptoe my feet in towards my face, deepening the creases of my hips and pressing the forearms up and away as I feel a stretch between the shoulder blades in through the shoulder girdle. At the same time, I'm strengthening. You're welcome to stay there. Otherwise, if you want to move towards the arm balance, take the gaze down between the forearms, just down the tip of the nose. Begin to tiptoe one foot, the other foot, until it's quite awkward. We're shifting the weight forward now, a little more into the hands. You can see that my head is almost hovering over my thumbs. I might start to lift up one leg, coming onto the tippy toes of my bottom foot. Maybe a tiny transition, tiny hop. From here, as we balance down through the forearms, keeping the legs strong, squeezing through inner thighs. Coming down the way we came out, and then you would try this again on the other side. When you need rest, lower the knees down, stretch the arms forward, child's pose. All right, so feel free to play longer on the other side. Those of you that are a little more advanced, you could even work towards scorpion. The rest of us, we're going to find a seat onto the mat. Feet flat onto the floor. Reaching the arms up on the inhale. Let's roll down onto the backs for 5, for 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Your favorite hip opener, which might be our figure 4, thread the needle. This would be 1. I would say that this would be the least intense variation. If you want more, you can work towards our supine cow face pose. Right thigh crosses over left. We curl up to catch the outside of the shins or the ankles. Feet are kicking away from one another. And then see if you can relax head, shoulders down, steering the stretch as you like. Good, and then if you even wanted another variation, you could take your supine pigeon. So the way this goes is left knee is bent. We're cradling the right shin with our arms. So the knife edge of my right foot is in my left elbow pit. My right knee is in my right elbow pit. I'm lifting the heart to begin. This could be plenty. Maybe I begin to extend out to the left leg. What I call pillow pose. You could reach the right arm alongside your right ear. Right arm might wrap behind your head, creating a little pillow. Maybe right hand grabs onto the left, clasping the hands, finding a little balance here, or perhaps a little rest. Whatever you like, aim for at least 5 to 8 cycles of breath in your final hip opener posture. And then we'll take whatever you did on the right side over to the left. So we'll review. You can either take thread the needle or what some people call figure 4, same pose. We bring the right thigh in towards the chest, left knee presses away from us. Or just like you're crossing your legs in a restaurant, left thigh crosses over the right. We curl up. We're trying to draw the feet away from one another, grabbing outside of the shins, outside of the ankles, or outside of the feet. So we're going to need to curl the head, shoulders up to do this, and then try to relax the head down. Even, steady breaths. The other variation was supine pigeon. You're cradling the left shin by placing the foot into the right elbow pit, the knee into the left elbow pit. Right knee can start bent. If that feels okay, maybe we extend out. Try to relax the head, shoulders down. Deep breaths. Optional pillow pose. The left arm reaches alongside the left ear, bending into the elbow. The left forearm is now cradling your head as you might be able to link your hands. Okay, whatever you choose, slow the breath down. We'll be here for 3 and 2. And 1. Unravel. All right, soles of the feet together, knees apart. Supta Baddha Konasana, right hand to belly, left hand to heart. Just take the moment to come back to your center, to slow your breath down. We'll take a deep breath in through the nose and a sweet sigh out through the mouth. You're welcome to stay here. Any last postures that you feel you're still craving, take whatever those might be. Otherwise, we can make our way into Shavasana, extending the legs, releasing the arms. The eyelids get heavy. The eyes close. The whole body falls heavier towards the earth. To fully commit, let's take one last breath here. Inhale as we fill up. Exhale as we surrender and let go. And try to be completely still for just 10 seconds. Don't worry about counting the seconds. I will guide you out. Any thoughts that arise, just address, and then come back to stillness. Bring the awareness back to your body. Notice where you're breathing, how you're breathing, if the breath has changed. Notice your mind, the quality of your thoughts. Take a deep inhale. And exhale. Let's move, stretch. Any movements you like. We'll eventually meet in a comfortable seat. So closing off this practice, condensed Baptiste power flow. So more of a quick little practice to insert in your day. See if you can bring that same power, that same spark off of your mat into your regular life. Thank you for sharing your light. Namaste.